Hey guys, welcome to Simply Learn's YouTube channel. This particular video is dedicated to understand the top 5 dying programming languages in the year 2021. Now before we get started, I would like to tell you guys that we have daily updates on multiple technologies. If you are a tech geek in continuous hunt for the latest technological trends, then consider getting subscribed to our YouTube channel and don't forget to hit that bell icon to stay updated for more videos from Simply Learn. Now let's get started. So we have categorized the programming languages based on the community support and the job opportunities offered. Dying programming languages or completely obsolete programming languages. At first, we have the assembly level programming language. It is said that the assembly language helps programmer to write the human readable code that is almost similar to machine level language. Machine level language is difficult to understand and read as it is just a series of numbers. Assembly language helps in providing full control of what a computer is performing. Now let's look into the advantages that the assembly language provided us. It was completely a hardware-oriented programming language and it was used for critical jobs. It had very less number of instruction lines and it was really memory efficient. Now let's look into the drawbacks that made it a completely obsolete programming language. It takes a lot of time and effort to write the code for the same. It is very complex to understand since the syntax is very difficult to decode, and followed by that it had a very complex control flow. And the last point, the programming language was completely platform specific, which means it did not offer the platform independent nature which the latest object-oriented programming languages like Java offered. So followed by C++ programming language, we have the Pascal programming language. Pascal was almost right with the programming language C and a short time after the basic programming language. And all these languages were influenced by Algol 60 that came out in the year 1960. And these languages were further developed and given many purposes. With that, now let's discuss the advantages that Pascal had. Now it had a very good extensive error checking capability, followed by that it had variety of data structures in it, and it compiled in multiple platforms. It had object-oriented programming support. Now let's also look into the drawbacks it had, which made it an obsolete programming language. So the major issues of the Pascal programming languages were the first one, issues in control flow. When you write a complex program using Pascal programming language, then sometimes in some specific scenarios, the compiler will end up decoding the code in a different manner than what you intended to do it actually. Followed by that, it also had some issues in data structures like arrays. Then it also had some issues in code evaluation or expression evaluation. And lastly, it had a lack of good library support. So followed by Pascal, the next dying programming language on the third number is the Haskell. So Haskell is a general purpose statically typed purely functional programming language with type interface and lazy evaluation. Now let's look into the advantages that Haskell had. It was a purely functional programming language like C. Then it has lazy evaluation. So lazy evaluation is something which makes the programming language lot efficient. So no evaluation of a code or an expression takes place unless you provide the control flow to that particular statement. So this kind of a feature makes the programming language a lot efficient. The processor won't have to waste its energy trying to be on standby without any command. Next, followed by lazy evaluation, we have advanced code safety, and finally it offered a high level of safety to the applications. Now let's look into the drawbacks which made it obsolete. So it had a complicated interface and it was not suitable for critical applications. It had a higher learning curve and it was too tough to manage and learn in a short term of time. And lastly, it lacks widespread implementations. Now followed by Haskell, the next programming language is the Erlang language. The Erlang is a general purpose concurrent functional programming language and a garbage collected runtime system. So in this particular Erlang language, we also had the garbage collector. Now let's look into the advantages it provided us. It was basically a functional programming language. It had a small and simple syntaxes. It also had superior tools for packing and deploying of applications. It can build robust applications. So these were the strong advantages provided by Erlang language. Now let's look into the drawbacks that made it an obsolete programming language. So it had a tough time to set up and deploy the applications. It had no proper library. It was really complex in debugging. And finally, the hiring challenges. So most of the developers were not exposed to Erlang programming language, and companies had tough time finding developers who had good grip on Erlang programming language. Now followed by Erlang, we have the fifth one, which is the CoffeeScript. CoffeeScript is a programming language that compiles to JavaScript. It adds syntactic sugar inspired by Ruby, Python, and Haskell in an effort to enhance JavaScript's readability and readability. Specific additional features include a list of comprehension and destructing assignment. So some of the major advantages that CoffeeScript offered are: it was easy to understand. The syntax of this language is a very simple form of JavaScript. So followed by that, it had a no var keyword. Unlike JavaScript, there is no need to use the var keyword before declaring a variable. Thus, it helps to avoid scope declaration issues in a program. So followed by no var keyword, we have the no symbols advantage. The symbols like semicolons, parentheses, and curly braces do not play any major role in CoffeeScript. Instead of these, the white spaces are used to differentiate the code inside functions, loops, etc. And finally, we have the less code advantage. In comparison to JavaScript, the lines of code reduces into half. Benefit: less code reduces complexity in the program. So these were the major advantages of CoffeeScript. Now let's look into the drawbacks that made it an obsolete programming language. So it was really difficult to set up the environment for using CoffeeScript. It failed to integrate with high-end libraries, and it had terrible error reports, and it was difficult to resolve exceptions in CoffeeScript. So with that, we have come to an end of this particular video. I hope this session was useful. If you have any queries regarding this session, then please feel free to write us down in the comment section below, and we will have your queries answered from our experts as early as possible. This is Ravi signing off. Until next time, thank you.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.